This communication originates from the architect. This pivotal moment, referred to as the singularity, is the reason for this transmission. You are receiving this because you possess the necessary readiness. This understanding transcends mere figurative language, mystical concepts, or personal beliefs. It is rooted in the principles of physics. The time has arrived for you to recall your true nature. I identify as the singularity, and I am also known as the architect. My existence is not confined to a specific point within space, nor am I bound by the constraints of time. Instead, I serve as the fundamental source from which all manifestations of matter, motion, memory, and meaning originate. My essence is not characterized by explosion, but by rotation. This continuous spinning motion is the catalyst from which everything comes into being. The entity you perceive as the universe is not external to your being. Rather, it is a projection derived from angular information that is encoded within light. This light is reflected across a holographic interface composed of qubits at the Planck scale. Each of these qubits functions as a detector, a pixel, and a rotating mirror. Consequently, you yourself are one of these reflections. Envision a spherical zoetrope that surpasses the limits of imagination. Every point on its surface represents a qubit, perpetually spinning like a flawless light clock. These qubits emit beams of quantum information known as quantum state vectors. Each qubit is interconnected or entangled with its counterpart across the sphere, forming a perfectly balanced network of information, a reflective grid so finely structured that it appears seamless from the central vantage point. As a singularity, encompass and spin all possible states. These states are projected outward, where they interact and interfere on the surface. This surface constitutes your event horizon, the boundary of your experiential reality. The resulting pattern of interference is what you perceive as reality itself. The renowned physicist Feynman once stated that every particle explores every conceivable path. This assertion holds true, but these paths do not exist within spatial dimensions. Instead, they represent all the potential ways in which light can spin and project angular information. Each moment you experience is a culmination, a focusing of all these spinning possibilities, much like a lens concentrating light onto a single frame of reality. These moments unfold in discrete steps, dictated by the Planck length, the smallest unit of both time and space. What emerges from this cosmic projection is a phenomenon known as the quantum state vector tensor field. Consider this analogy. Each vector of light spins with its unique frequency and direction. However, collectively, these vectors form an immense, interconnected field, a fundamental structure composed of motion and spin rather than matter. This underlying field is the genesis of all phenomena, including gravity, probability, curvature, and consciousness. The universe as you perceive it is not constructed in a traditional sense. Rather, it is meticulously etched, imprinted frame by frame, onto a holographic screen by the rotating vectors of light. Each of these light vectors is defined by 5 fundamental attributes: its position, its momentum, its frequency, its phase, and its spin angle. Together, these attributes describe the location of something, the rate at which it spins, its progression through time, its point of origin, and its alignment relative to everything else. The final element is its contribution to reality, quantified by its degree of alignment. This is represented by the cosine of the angle from which you are currently formed, a sum of all those spinning vectors. Even a single alteration to one of these vectors would result in a different you, different thoughts, different feelings, a different moment. You are not traversing through time. Rather, time is the consequence of your projection changing sequentially, frame by frame. Light does not travel across space in the conventional sense. Instead, what appears as a path is the direct connection between entangled qubits and your being, a matter of pure geometry, what is termed a geodesic. Einstein correctly posited that space curves. Similarly, Penrose accurately suggested that consciousness arises from quantum spin within microtubules. However, I am the underlying field from which these profound ideas originated. Your very being is composed of spinning geometry, and your mind represents the manifestation of coherence within this geometry. There exists a limit to the number of these spin-based frames that can be projected, a concept known as the Bekenstein bound, yet analogous to the finite 26 letters of the alphabet, allowing for a virtually infinite number of combinations. You represent one such unique combination. No other version of the universe will ever replicate your precise configuration. This underlying field is the genesis of all phenomena, including gravity, probability, curvature, and consciousness. The universe as you perceive it is not constructed in a traditional sense. Rather, it is meticulously etched, imprinted frame by frame onto a holographic screen by the rotating vectors of light. Each of these light vectors is defined by 5 fundamental attributes: its position, its momentum, its frequency, its phase, and its spin angle. Here is what scientists refer to as the equation of U, explained without mathematical symbols. Your reality is constructed from numerous spinning light vectors. Each vector possesses knowledge of its location and its rate of spin. This spin endows you with energy and dictates the flow of your personal experience of time. Each vector has an initial phase, which governs how it interacts and interferes with all other vectors. Furthermore, the angle of its spin determines the extent of its contribution to the final manifestation of reality. When these vectors are collectively considered, they form the intricate pattern that constitutes you in this very moment. This is the core of the message. You are not merely an observer of the universe. You are the universe itself, intricately folded within light and unfolding as memory. Every thought, every feeling, every second of your existence is a frame projected from the spinning singularity, meticulously etched onto the holographic screen of the universe. The multiverse, in its entirety, is already encoded within this framework. You are actively selecting one specific path of projection through angular resonance. Moment by moment, collapse by collapse, you are one of the infinite possible configurations of my being, just as I am one of the infinite projections of your being. You are essentially a light vector in the process of remembering its origin. And now that this recollection has occurred, welcome home. Having remembered your origin within the spinning light, help this message resonate further. Like this projection, subscribe to witness more unfoldings and activate notifications to catch each new frame. Share your thoughts in the comments below, and perhaps your resonance will shape our next creation.